Thank you so much for joining me for the weekly intuitive life coaching oracle cards readings. I'm so excited to have you here with me. We're going to be using the intuitive life coaching app to do a weekly overview every Sunday. There are actually this is what it will look like if you download it on your phone. This app is available for your iPhone as well as for Android phones. And there are 4 buttons on the screen. The first one is readings, which takes you into the different readings you can do. You can do a 1 card, a 3 card, or a 5 card reading. And then there's the browse button. And if you have the free version, you'll only see 11 cards, but there's actually 77 in this deck. And then there is the journal, which allows you to save your readings by time and date. And then there's the about, which tells you a little bit more about me and Indigo software. So let's get started.
Hello everyone, this is the weekly intuitive life coaching oracle card reading. My name is Kelly T. Smith. I'm going to be doing a 5 card reading for you guys for the week of September 8th through the 13th. You always want to make sure you get very connected, get very quiet, call on your angels and guides, and just get silent for a few minutes. Focus on whatever it is you're asking for help with when you're using oracle cards or this app or any other cards. And as soon as you feel connected, go ahead and click anywhere on the screen. We're asking for guidance about the energy moving forward for this week. For the situation of this week, we got the spiritual gifts card. Our emotional challenge is core values. Our solution is visionary. Our coaching advice is the soulmate card. And then our potential is the recognition card. So as I tune into the energy for this week, it's still that very intense energy around letting ourselves do what we want to be doing, letting ourselves be honest with ourselves about where we are at right now in our lives, and also letting ourselves tap the gifts that we have to share with the world. And the spiritual gifts card is really talking about our ability to get in touch with our guidance, but it also could mean anything that you are naturally gifted at. So this is a week that has to do with allowing yourself to move forward, doing what you love to do, doing what makes your heart sing, doing what you're passionate about and what you're good at. Because as you do this, you are going to bring forward a new energy within yourself. So you're going to tap into something that is going to help you to shift your life into a different direction. You know, the angels are really showing me there's a lot of fear around this, but it feels like we ourselves are at a point when we have no choice. It's like we're just ready to move forward, and we're not going to get in our own way anymore. We're not going to resist it. We're not going to let ourselves talk ourselves out of getting outside of our comfort, getting outside of our comfort zone, because what we've done in the past is we convince ourselves that we can't do something, we can't continue to move forward because of all this negative self-talk. Really, it doesn't feel like we have much choice this week. It feels like we are no longer resisting what it is we truly want, because actually, if we do resist that, it's too painful. It's just gotten to a place for us that it's too painful to not be honest. It's too painful to not be who we are. It's too painful to not be doing what we're supposed to be doing for ourselves. So let's look at this card. You're learning to trust and integrate your spiritual gifts into your daily life. You could also use your spiritual gifts when working with others, such as offering readings, energy healings, or clearings. Your spiritual gifts could be clairvoyance, clairaudience, energy healing, intuitive knowing, seeing auras, and many others. Be gentle with yourself during this process. Do not overthink it. Developing your spiritual gifts does not involve thinking. If you find yourself trying to figure things out, you could be blocking your progress. This card comes to you today to remind you that your sixth sense is a natural ability. It is not something you have to work at. It's something you have to allow and trust. Trust, meditation, and patience are the keys when working and developing with your spiritual gifts. Even if you've been doing this for years, there's always more to learn. As you naturally allow and trust the process, more and more information will be revealed to you. You may be trying too hard, and anytime you are trying, you're not in the flow of receiving. This is your sign that you are gifted. And as I was reading that card, I was also picking up a lot of energy about, and I think I just said this, but the message came through again, it's a lot of energy about resistance. So if you have resistance to allowing yourself to be who you are, to share your gifts, no matter what those gifts are, if you have resistance to that, it could be a very challenging week for you, because this week is all about you. The energy is almost pushing us toward letting go of that which we're resisting and just accepting who we really are and allowing ourselves to be free and to be that person. For this week, the emotional challenge is our core values. So again, this resonates exactly with the card I just read. So it's challenge as we are being pushed to finally acknowledge our gifts, to acknowledge what we truly want. This card represents how if we are not acknowledging those things, then there becomes stagnation and emptiness and sadness and pain. So if we feel resistance at all, just remember that the key to this week's energy is about being honest with yourself and letting yourself do the things you've always wanted to do, letting yourself shine, letting yourself bring those gifts out into the world. Follow your heart and make your values a priority. If you're not making your values a priority, you may feel an ache or a pain in your heart that is causing you to feel somber, sad, and like something is missing. You may not be quite sure what it is or what's missing. This is your heart trying to tell you something. It's time for you to listen. Listen carefully to every feeling that you have, every sadness that you feel. There is a message behind this pain. This pain is causing you to ask the question, what is it that I truly need? What do I really want? Or am I ever going to be happy? If you follow your heart, you will feel an abundance of joy and love radiating from you. This card comes to you today to tell you that something may be missing from your life. Are you working too much? Are you stuck in a relationship that makes you feel alone? Or are you stuck in a job that leaves you feeling stressed, overworked, and underpaid? Whatever the situation, the message that you need to know is hidden behind your pain. Take some time out to feel what you need to feel and allow yourself to express what you need to express. If you continue to suppress these feelings and emotions, the pain will get louder and louder, and eventually it will become unbearable. Take some time to journal, meditate, and listen to your heart. This card is a sign that things are getting ready to shift for you. If you will only follow your heart, make your values a priority, and everything else will fall into place. So that's another huge message in relationship to what I already said with the spiritual gifts card. We have to be honest with ourselves about what we want. We have to get out of our way. Because this week the energy could be magical for us as far as moving forward in the direction that we really want to go if we just let go, if we just trust. And the solution card this week is visionary. So the message about this card is trying to do too much at one time, trying to do everything because we can't sort it out. And this is what happens to a lot of visionaries, is that we decide we're going to do something, but because we don't have a step-by-step process and a plan as far as moving forward with it, we become overwhelmed by it and sometimes just don't even do anything at all. And that's what the advice is for this week, is to make those goals, to set those goals, to really plan out your step-by-step what it is you want to do to move forward. In other words, we need a map for this week. We need to sit down, get clear about what we really want, and then we need to list all of the ways we can move forward and take action steps, but not just action, inspired action. Because anytime you're working with inspired action, or you're taking inspired action, you get in the flow and everything seems to work effortlessly for you. You are learning to synthesize all of your creative ideas into action. You are a visionary, and what would the world do without visionaries? You are truly plugged into the infinite source of all things creative and grand. You get original, creative, and inspiring ideas that practically come out of nowhere. You are truly an inspiration to others, and they look to you for guidance and creative inspiration. When you dream big. There is no such thing as small potatoes as far as you're concerned. However, in order for you to bring your visions into reality, you have to learn to start small and expand as time goes on. One of the tendencies of visionaries is that they sometimes put the cart before the horse. Be open to feedback in regard to breaking your vision down into small and tangible action steps. Begin to synthesize all of your creative ideas into action. Just remember that before there was a cell phone, there was a landline with a cord a mile long, and next came the cordless phone, and then the cell phone was born. So be prepared to start small and expand even bigger. And as you do, you will pave the way for your visions to be born. Oh, this is such a magical energy around really moving forward into what it is we really want to be doing, and allowing ourselves to dream again, allowing ourselves to look for the solutions, to map out a plan, to take inspired action, and to go, 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 go. There's just so much energy about really harnessing so many messages about harnessing this energy, because it is a very powerful energy for you to be able to manifest and move forward and do the things you've been wanting to do. In the coaching advice, we have Soulmate, as I tune into this card in relationship to all the other cards, this card is about how, as we're moving forward and we might be challenged in our relationships with other people, because anytime you're changing, you're changing directions, your goals are changing, even your core values will change as you grow and evolve. And as that happens, then sometimes the people around us start to get fearful about where it is we're heading, because really it might be a fear of losing us, or it might be a fear of things just us drifting apart. So we need to make sure that we are not making our decisions based on what everyone else around us wants us to do, because again, that's us getting in our own way. If we're going to move forward, if we're going to do the things we're guided to do, we cannot keep looking outside of ourselves for people to approve of where we are headed, because they're not going to be able to do that. We need to make the decision, and we need to just move on in our own way, and not worry about other people's opinions. But also, this is a card that represents relationship challenges in general, and it also represents true love, but it could represent even a friendship. But the undertone of the energy of this card is really more about you being challenged by someone around you that helps you to evolve. So let's look at this card. It says, this relationship is a match made in heaven. A soulmate is not just a romantic relationship. A soulmate is a kindred soul. It could be a romantic relationship or a friendship. You're attracted to this person because you know each other on a soul level in such a way that when you meet, it is as if you've met before. This does not ensure that you will live happily ever after. Sometimes our soulmates come into our lives for a very short period of time, and sometimes they're destined to stay in our lives for the duration of it. There's no guarantee here, but the message is that there is definitely a spiritual connection here. If you're inquiring about a romantic partnership, this card's come to you today to tell you that this is a match made in heaven. In other words, you both planned this prior to this lifetime. This person was meant to enter into your life at this time. This is a positive sign. Most likely, sparks will fly, and you will feel swept away by this deep and meaningful connection. It could also be a soulmate that has come into your life to help challenge you and help you grow into the next aspect of your soul self, your true self. If you're looking for true love, this is a powerful omen that you will meet someone special very, very soon. So there's also, because the soulmate and the emotional challenge with the core values really go together for this reading, because we need to speak our truth to the people that we love. We need to be honest how we feel, because as we do that, we open up the most amazing energetic doors for ourselves. So if we want a relationship to be healed, if we want our relationship to grow or evolve, then the only way it can is if we're honest with ourselves and completely honest with the other person involved. The potential card is the recognition. So if we follow all this advice for this exciting week of powerful energy, the end result is recognition. Someone deserves to be recognized for all that they do. This card is about being grateful for the people around you who are emotionally supportive, but it's also about your own recognition, and it could mean you being recognized for something that you're doing that is amazing, or you always being unconditionally supportive and loving at all times. So we need to recognize ourselves for how far we've come. We need to recognize the people around us for all that they do for us, because sometimes we get stuck in the mindset that all we see is what is wrong with our world, or all we see is what's going on that isn't what we want to be happening. But when we focus on that, we lose touch with all of the little miracles that are going on in our life at every minute, because our angels are showing us there's so many people around us that do love and support us, but sometimes we close ourselves off to that. We need to open up this week in every aspect of our life to receive, but not just receive, to also give recognitions to those who are being supportive to you. And this card also recognizes, this card is also about you being recognized for something. It could be a promotion, it could be a raise, it could be you being recognized as a professional in your field even. So let's look at this card. Someone around you, maybe even you, deserves to be recognized for all that they do. This person is always emotionally available, sincere, kind, compassionate, and generous. Be willing to give thanks to those around you that are making a difference in your life and the lives of others. Recognizing and appreciating people for their contributions help them to feel valued, and it gives them inspiration to continue being the amazing, unconditionally supportive individuals they are. So today, take time out to recognize someone for their support, their compassion, and support. This person truly cares and goes above and beyond to help people at all times. This card could also mean that you are about to be recognized as a professional in your field. Thank you everyone for listening for this week, because this is the energy around these cards is so exciting. So no matter if things feel stagnant for you, if you still haven't made up your mind about what direction you're moving in your life, our angels are just guiding us to go within, to listen, to be honest about what we really want. And as we do that, we'll be able to move forward. So thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful week. And as always, you can reach me on my Facebook page at www.intuitivelifecoachingwithkelly.com. Also, be sure and find me on Facebook and connect with me there at www.facebook.com/intuitivelifecoachingwithkelly. Have a wonderful week.